Welcome to our weekly Live AMA, and today we have our CEO Evgeny, and also we have awesome guest. It's Ferdie Coetzer, head of content and app development, and at Miles Deutscher team. Stage is
Hey
yours,
guys,
guys.
nice to meet you. Awesome, lovely to be here.
Hey, hello, and Ferdie, thanks for coming over because we had multiple questions on our community, like how our partnerships going on and what's we're actually getting out of there, and I believe we can drill down into it a
Absolutely,
little bit
absolutely.
later. Uh, I just wanted to start with general conversation on like what's Guru Network is. Like we usually going over the ideas, especially for the new people joining, and also go over the actual results of this week, like what's been delivered, what we're shipping, where we are at in our AI agents narrative and Guru framework narrative, and then we can, I believe, go down into this route of like what's the plans in marketing and how we going to what we see in there and what kind of partnerships actually shines in there and for example why uh KOLs choosing Guru Network framework and Guru Network overall as a partners there and so on. If you're okay with this kind of
Yeah,
agenda.
absolutely. Yeah, so just to give a quick introduction, so my name is
Mhm.
Ferdie. I'm part of Miles Deutscher's team, and a few months ago, one of our analysts he told me, "Hey man, have a look at this protocol called Guru Network." And basically, I met up with Evgeny and the team, and we started looking at the underlying infrastructure and what was being built. I did more digging into the protocol, and I spoke to the rest of my team, and I told Miles that, "Hey man, like." I think that this is an extremely undervalued protocol. And if you look at the entirety of the crypto space in general, there's a lot of protocols that actually say, look, we're going to achieve X, Y, and Z. But initially, I had a look at the white paper, and Evgeny showed me, like, look, everything that is in the white paper can be executed. And from there, the journey basically started. And I was in the TG the other day, and I had a look, and I told Evgeny, "Hey man, let me quickly jump in because obviously we have talked about the Guru application and like what Evgeny has built for us. And the thing is, we're very excited to kind of like release it in the coming days because we will be expanding on our TG side, and we're looking to onboard 50,000 individuals within that TG group. And we will be pushing kind of like updates from the Guru side, what Evgeny and the team has built for us. And effectively, where I think a lot of people, and I think maybe even community members, might not really see the value in Guru and what's been built here, it's actually quite simple. You need to look at it as a sandbox environment, IaaS, right? And you need to think about the Guru application. It's not just the ability to, um, you know, develop an application for mileage or whatever. You need to think of it from like an economic flywheel perspective here, and the ability to deploy this application white label across a variety of the industry. Thinking about KOLs, TGs, their discords, and all of that. And yeah, I mean, I think honestly, this is the future of DeFi, and obviously there are like fantastic protocols out there, but I don't want to speak, price or anything. And like, I just wanted to jump in, say hi to the community. I am the proxy for Miles Deutscher here, so like you can share this with the community. But just to sum it up, because otherwise I'll talk too much shit. My long-term plan with this protocol is to take it and sell it to every single KOL and Discord with our extremely vast and expansive network. And emphasis on extremely vast and expansive. If we want to distribute something, we'll get it done. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that.
What about features of the framework itself? What's make it so attractive? I'm like because I'm very
Okay.
technical. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the following is that, especially when it comes to like, let's say a crypto native, even natives, when it comes to swapping and bridging and interoperability, you have to utilize a variety of websites, right? So
Mhm.
you either have to go to index screener or whatever, like analytics, and see, okay, cool. But when we started speaking of beginning, we thought to ourselves that instead of going to 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 websites, what if we just built a full turnkey DeFi solution that has analytics swapping, bridging, interop, and the agentic narrative as well, which was already part of DexGuru V2, so that you have a one-stop shop behind it, right? And I didn't see any application in the market like that, and I don't think that we were reinventing the wheel as ever. But I guess to kind of like sum it up here, you've got 2 million tokens, 18 chains, 180 aggregators. You have the ability to manage a community. You have the ability to, get the latest updates, whatever token is trending. We also integrated Kaito for additional data that we will be providing to our community. So basically, when it comes to a consumer-facing application right now in the space, there is nothing that even comes close to it. And, we research these protocols every single day, and there are fantastic protocols out there, absolutely, especially in an emerging space like DeFi. But I'm quite confident
DeFi-AI as
in,
well,
what
which
we've
is
built
like
with Evgeny.
emerging right now. DeFi-AI, which is emerging
So
right now, this new category of like DeFi-AI, right?
that's correct.
Yeah, like what do you think on the category itself as a researcher? Like it wasn't existing maybe like 2 months ago, DeFi-AI
No, it
category.
wasn't. It wasn't, but I think that if you look at the resurgence that we've seen in DeFi over the past few months with Aave, Chainlink, and we're seeing a bit of a rotation back to utility right now, if you look at the market, and even on Coetzer Analytics, and given World Liberty Fi and, Donald Trump or Eric Trump buying Ethereum or whomever is buying Ethereum,
Yeah.
we don't know, but AI isn't going anywhere and DeFi isn't going anywhere. So what if we took two of the most revolutionary technologies of the 21st century and we combined them? And obviously this is still day one. This is an emerging narrative, but I'm extremely bullish on the narrative as well. I'm extremely bullish on every builder in the narrative, all the protocols trying and doing something. But I think this sector DeFi is only going to 10 to 100x in the coming months. Yeah, I think if I was a betting man, and I absolutely am, I'm betting on this sector big time.
And for DeFi-AI itself, I just pulled up our white paper, which we've done maybe like a year ago, and I always amazed how kind of how it was like designed that actual DeFi-AI already there, and we just coming back and like, oh, that's what we had in economic atomic franchise mechanism, where AI processors and AI systems can actually do Web3 automations and do actual like transactions for you and everything. So exactly what we're building right now. And what I wanted to add actually on top of framework, because it's not only working as an application or just your own AI agent, it's also operating within the group as a chatbot available for the whole community. An application itself becomes like a community application, and which shines even more. And at the same time, when you just talking to the bot, you can talk to whatever. And with this latest update in our Guru Network app, everyone can go to Guru Network and go to Guru Network bot. And let me post it in our Telegram community again. And let's remind everyone in the Discord as well. You can start talking to it, and it's your personal agent with access to the data. We're still polishing it, but it's educating itself. It has its own, like, your own knowledge base, its own context, and it has access to Guru data. In Miles Deutscher app, it has some additional stuff which comes from mindshare analytics, right? So all this mindshare analytics, which basically calculating the social mindshare, and that's a great integration. Ferdie, actually, you are kind of proposed, and then we jumped in and put the data there, as well as inside the inside the bot, you can now ask about mindshare across different tokens, and it answers in Miles Deutscher.
Absolutely, and I just want to add something here that we utilize Kaito on a daily basis for research, and having developers, Evgeny and the Guru Network team, we thought to ourselves, but look, okay, this is great, but now we're looking at for ourselves at developing one of the most innovative and kind of like advanced analytics platforms in the entirety of crypto, because we have the resources to do it, we have the ability to distribute it, and we have the underlying infrastructure as well. So it's not just going to be like, super app for us, but we're also going to be looking to sell the underlying technology to everybody else to show them that, look, this is a sandbox environment. Like whatever you need, we've basically provided you with a blueprint, but now, you can instant deploy it. And yeah, I guess that's just, a fantastic thing. And we also wanted to provide something to our community. So I had a look, and if you can just have a look in the Guru Network chat, I saw people were asking like, okay, cool, but guys, what are you doing here? And like, you can quote me on this, and like, you can tell your community, and you can post it as well. And it's quite simple. My plan with a protocol, right? And I'm speaking specifically for protocol here, is to deploy it and share it to our audience of 606,000 members on X and 220,000 on YouTube, and that is only on our side. And then secondly, I want to keep on developing and building and expanding on said protocol, and then I want to go to every single tier 1 KOL, Discord, TG, and say, hey, yeah, when it comes to the abstraction layer or the DeFi layer, like the Guru Network team built it, not just the abstraction layer. Like if DeFi is the abstraction layer, basically, this is the mainnet, this is the infra, this is the house. I guess the chain link of AI or DeFi is probably the better way to kind of like put it. But yeah, that's pretty much my sentiment, and you can quote me on that.
Yeah, we can quote you on that, and we would.
Hey, and you should absolutely.
Yeah, and I actually wanted to present that all those questions about Riddle Hunt and in regards of airdrop distribution. Right now, Snark Scout working on updating the knowledge base properly of this chatbot. We just added updated version to the group, so it would be able to respond to all your questions in the group, as well as in DM. You have access to all the stuff as well. And next features are coming, and we want people start using it in DM as a personal assistant for different stuff. And next stuff is coming. There is actually executing the transaction. So we are at Dex Guru, and everyone knows like where we started from. And in Dex Guru, we have. I'm in the region where we block in the form, but in our old website, but on new one, we kind of going over it. But bringing this form with trading form towards the application and bringing it all the way to the bot, so bot can execute transactions for you. I believe it's kind of simplifies the whole idea of crypto for normies, because when we are talking about like buying or selling crypto, especially in DeFi, in success, it's kind of straightforward process for people because it looks like a banking interface, and everyone used to banking interface, But when we come do DeFi, everyone like, oh, why I need approved tokens? How I'm doing the wallet? How I'm doing this? How I'm doing that? So many questions, and given ability to your assistant, and if that assistant is smart enough to control operational wallet and do those things for you, is kind of next step in this direction. That's why we have DeFi-AI in there, and in this direction we positioned like perfectly well, because we have operational wallet inside our framework. We have whole Dex Guru with data and swapping functionality and everything, which we hooking up in there. We also have our like AI bots developed in a way that they actually act in like AI terminal brain.
Yeah,
right
like basically autonomously. Yeah, that's
autonomously, and then we making all the pieces working together, and thanks to the community, it would be basically checked, tested. All the riddle hunts in there would be passing, and then we have a product which actually simplifies your life as a like a DeFi or crypto kind of native people. But in the same time, what it does, it can bring adoption of the people who actually don't want to figure out how wallet looks like, don't want to know that there is some approval processing behind. It would be handled by the agent, which is working behind you, and you managing this agent from this interface and getting results. And basically it's acting as your real agent in this front. And we even seen further that whenever agents setting up some process, it could be like constant process of like reshuffling your portfolio based on the current, for example, analytics, based on the current social narratives, or it could be like just simple stop loss strategy. We all want to sleep, and AI is in there and AI is like should be a guy for you who never sleeps, who's on top of all the narratives. And if in your portfolio there is something which can lose in the how to say it, which can lose the traction, it could sell it for you and make a decision. And that's exactly what you're looking into in here. That's decision trees based on the agent decision to do one thing or another. So
Very simple diagram to make your life easier by clicking just one button.
yeah.
I have a bit of a question to ask. So I just had a look at how many people are currently in the AMA right now. And I actually want to see if we can get a few, not maybe guests on, but I want to get some people in. So I'm more than willing to answer some questions for the community. And the best question will get $1,000. So, who's keen on joining? I want to get this from 8 people to 100. So tell the community it's $1,000.
Oh, you want to
Yeah, like
finance
now.
it from
Like
months?
now.
Oh,
Someone like
right now.
right now.
That's a funny idea.
That's fun. Like if you can get it to 100, I'll make it $2,000. So let's make it fun. I want to make it a bit exciting. Ask me anything.
Ask me anything.
Yeah,
Ask
8 people,
Ferdie
come on, guys.
anything. Ask Ferdie
Ask me
anything.
anything. Like ask me like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna build, guys? Like I want to drum up some hype here. Like the thing is, I came. Like we've been building for months here. I want to get the community excited. So like if we have to throw around a bit of money, just to get you guys we're really bullish on what we're building here, and I want to kind of like translate that sentiment towards the community, because I had a look the other day and it was like, oh, but Poe token is down, guys. Like 80% of the industry was down over the past few days, and yet you still have protocols that are building. The AI is going nowhere. People will be looking at undervalued plays, and I can promise you we wouldn't be here if we weren't fundamentally bullish. And I also think, given the amount of time that we've spent on the development side, the back-end side, money from our side, and what's happening in the background, it isn't always portrayed to the community. But what I can tell you here is that given our resources and given our network, if we want to distribute this over the entirety of crypto Twitter, we can do that. And I just want to make that very clear to the audience here today. We have the power and we have the swing, and I'm fundamentally bullish on this. And we've been building for months, and I think it's a banger of a protocol, and I think it's a banger of a team. And I would just like to tell the community that one should think a little bit bigger here. That it's not just about the abstraction layer. It's about the ability to insta deploy the infrastructure across the entire industry and think of it as a sandbox environment. Do you need a trading app? Do you need a meme app? Do you need an analytics app? And do you need to kind of monetize? Do you need to drive engagement? Think Galaxy, think OneInch, think Deck Screener, think Dune Analytics, think Coetzer, think everything. It's all in one application. The abstraction layer, the mainnet, the kind of the chain link of AI. And I guess that's probably the best. I don't know how else to. So yeah, let's keep it at $1,000. How many people are in right now?
The thing is, with DexGuru itself, 4 years ago when we were launching this DeFi trading terminal, that was exactly with the vision to buy the tokens back then. To participate in DeFi, you needed to go to this old Uniswap v2 interface, as well as to PancakeSwap on BNB or to QuickSwap on Polygon. And DexGuru combined all those things together and presented to people, and that's how we basically got to this high point really well, really fast. And then crypto winter we switched the kind of focus, but basically right now we are doing we are executing similar approach with AI DeFi. Those trading terminals, as you know them before, as a centralized product where everyone getting in, we believe they going basically nowhere, and it's not the future. The future is AI-powered trading terminals which are operating within the communities, so the communities can have their own place to do all those things, and it brings it to the next level. So Ferdie, you nearly lost your money. We already have 94. We
How many
6 people more. 94, 95.
Oh, really? Should make it 3,000 for like if we can get 200 members in. Guys, I'm not fucking around here.
maybe we need to declare this kind of riddle hunt for the next AMA.
No, it's fine, but I need to like community needs to ask some questions here. The thing is, like, I saw the TGB the other day, and I was like, no, guys, I honestly don't think the community realizes how cracked this team is in terms of like what we're doing and how expansive our plans truly is or truly are. And obviously, there's been a bit of a market downturn, but I wouldn't come here and kind of like stake my reputation on this if I didn't believe that, we could take this thing to an absolutely, well, again, not price or not financial advice. Like, don't hold me for it, right? But I've been in this space for many years, and I know what a good protocol is, and I know how to what
actually
fits the narrative. And so guys, let me also bring some questions. Like, bring somebody on stage. What's it right now? It's $3,000, yes.
Not sure.
How many people do we get?
Let's Ferdie, my suggestion here, let's keep it to 1,000.
Okay.
Let's put it for next ones.
Okay, but
we have some questions we can
cool.
actually put in. Besides that, actually, it's a good question.
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, let's do it.
What is the plan of Miles to push this? I think the last video was sort of teased. I think you also work for Crypto Banter. Is there plans to push this all out to that? So I can't speak for Crypto Banter. I do know them. And
no, that one I will answer. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For the Miles, yeah.
So the thing is, we're looking at integrating the application to TG that will be soft launched tomorrow. And right now we have 6,500 people in there. So we want to effectively grow our TG to 20, 30, 40, even 50,000, I would say, probably in the next month or so. And given our reach, I think that's highly possible. And I had a discussion of Miles, and we were thinking about how can we bring value back to the community? Right? Like, how do we provide something that's awesome, fantastic? Like, okay, cool, I'm utilizing this. I thought to ourselves that, look, most people don't have access to Kaido analytics. They don't have access to $10,000 or $15,000 a month, and we do. But we can subsidize that, and we can bring something to the community here, and we can effectively create something awesome. So basically, it would be like utilizing something, pushing it to 30, 40, 50,000 people just on TG's side. And again, I'm not talking about the price action here. Like, that is something completely unrelated. Like, that's not something that I want to talk about. But yeah, that is my initial plan is to integrate within our community. And then secondly, I would say that, once we kind of like get the pendulum and the social flywheel going, is that I want to start approaching every single KOL, every single Discord, every single TG and say, hey, look, this is a way that you can manage your community. This is the way that you can distribute airdrops or allocations or whatever. So
we have a partnership launch planned for the next week, which is exactly about that. So we already doing it for Guru Framework and Guru Framework. So Guru Framework is a product, as I'm saying right now to the team. We for this year, since we basically started talking about it, declared our kind of published our white paper and everything. In this year, we've built the framework, which is like editor of levels. If you in game dev, you understand what it is. And now we creating the application. So those are like levels in the game. So now we create an actual game on our levels editor. And it's spreading interestingly across all the partners, and we have a lineup of installations right now. So we need to ship, and every one of them actually requesting different features, and those features making all the way back to Guru app. And Guru app basically it's a beta for our AI trading terminal, where like it's the next version of Dex Guru where everything is managed by LLM, and it's like LLM is first class citizen. I also seen the question about economical flywheels there and everything.
I would like to.
Right?
I would like to answer that
Can
one.
we bring this one?
Yeah, I would like to answer that one if possible. When Discord, when other login methods such as MetaMask.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can
Evgeny,
answer
you
this one. I can answer this one.
Mm.
It's technical. So Discord and other login methods are right now in the testing, in staging, and we bring in the same login method as there is on DexGuru right now. So you can log in with any wallet, and then it's hooked up to your account. It's hooked up to the same notification. So all the wallets you login in, getting you to the same account under the hood within the application. That's the one. The second thing is, right now, after login with the wallet, you would still need to log in with Telegram in here, and we would direct you to there, because this interface where we DMing you, it's kind of crucial right now for everything we do. But with Discord, last week we've got a pull request ready for from the guy who's doing Discord integration. We need to find the time to integrate it into the processes and so on and so forth. So Discord integration and other login abilities is within the week in all the applications. Like login with wallets is within the week, and Discord is like next week or week after. That's the plan, but it would happen before launch of our AI trading terminal. Okay, and we had a question on economical flywheel, right?
I'll probably cover it. I see. When will Miles launch this?
Should we cover the questions in chronological order?
I first want to hit the economical model, because that's something that Evgeny and I really worked pretty hard on, and I want to tell the community a little bit about my thinking behind it. And Evgeny and I, we designed it. Is that if you look at the success of certain protocols in the industry, such as Aave, and I think Banana Gun would be another perfect example. Is that 99% of this industry, the projects are great, fantastic, the tech is good, but they don't actually generate revenue at all. Now that's a bit of a problem, because how do you subsidize a protocol? Like, you can only keep on selling tokens for a certain amount, but that's not generating revenue. That is effectively cannibalizing yourself. So when it comes to the economic model behind this, if you look at something like the standout protocols of this cycle, I mean, Pump.Fund, despite being very controversial, or Photon, or Bonkbot, or Banana Gun, all of that, they're quite simple. They expedite very complex and advanced processes for a fee. That fee, in this case here, would be utilized for a buyback and burn, similar to what has been very successfully done by Hyperliquid's TWAP Assistance Fund. It's not a new concept at all. Even a protocol like Robit in 23, 24, they started with a whole buyback and burn, and the market kind of like didn't really catch up to it, because they weren't providing the API endpoints to prove that the data was real. But we have DeFi Llama, we have the API endpoints, and that's where somebody like me, we come in, we speak to the DeFi Llama team, like, okay, cool guys, here are the endpoints, this is the amount of revenue that you're generating. You take that revenue and you answer the following question, which 99% of protocols don't answer. Like, what is a value accrual? Yes, like, what is a value accrual mechanism? And what I suggested here is that you take 30% of the fees that you generate, and immediately public dashboard, as is the ethos of the crypto space, that you utilize it for a buyback and burn to show that, look, it isn't just going to the team. We're actively kind of like, reinvesting into the protocol, answering that question. Like, why should I hold the token? Because of the perpetual TWAP. That's why. Because there's a reasoning behind it. And like, people could say, yes, it is a bit of a, marketing gimmick and all of that. And there are certain claims behind that. And I think it's, a case where, you can make an argument for both sides. But then again, if you look at the standard protocol, one of the standard protocols of this cycle, Hyperliquid with their TWAP Assistance Fund, and Banana Gun kind of like redeploying within their own ecosystem, and this focus on actually being a protocol that is, that generates revenue, right? And that's kind of like, one of, in my personal opinion, that's what the industry is moving towards. We're moving away from these ideological valuations of a protocol, say, that's valued at, say, 50 billion, but only generating $1 million of revenue per year. And like, again, I'm not mentioning any names here, but that is a common problem in this industry. So now I want to take it the next step here. So this is only on like, one application or one interface. You have to start thinking a bit more exponentially here. So if X protocol or XTG or XKOL or X application earns a certain amount of revenue and that is, bought back and burns, nonstop, what happens if you extrapolate that thinking or that thesis to 5 Telegrams or 5 Discords or 10 or 15 or 20? And you have this perpetual social and economic flywheel. So again, guys, like, I saw in the TG that like, oh, what's happening? So like, guys, we're cooking here. Like, we're honestly cooking here. And yeah, that's a plan.
I just wanted to go over this diagram real quick. I was presenting it before, and that's basically the flywheel of what's happening in there. And yeah, you kind of covered like everything. And trading fees from Web3 automation. So that's basically LLM managing your portfolio. And there are like trading fees there, as well as there is like fees which are included in there, and that goes towards vested treasury. So it's for distribution between DAO and basically everything else, and the guru holders, which we would be kind of introducing very soon. But the main thing there, what you were talking about, is that burn 30% mechanism, which basically creating this constant
flywheel. Yes.
constant flywheel and pressure from actual services amount, which are delivered within the applications. Because one of the main services in this application and Miles Deutscher application and in the AI trading terminal would be like trading. The same service which we had from day one in Dex Guru trading, it's still valid thing, right? And we wanna like put it in there, and and it's all driving economical flywheel. And more installations we have, more decentralized we build in this ecosystem with this community AI chatbots integrated in different communities, more volume we're bringing in, and more like buy pressure and everything which we getting out from there. So yeah. And in regards
I have a few more minutes before I have to leave because I need to prepare for another meeting. But I just, Evgeny, you just need to send me. I need to answer one more question. Give me something good. Like I need something else. Oh, Ferdie, Evgeny, probably one of the smartest people in crypto. What can we do to get him out to a wider CT world more? So I first want to answer a question. I want you guys to take a screenshot here, right? And I've been kind of like screaming this exact question, right? And I'm gonna fucking blow your minds here. Apologies for my language here, but now most people don't have access to this information. But take a screenshot, right? Like I really want to get the community excited here because again, like I'm like, oh, but what's happening here? What's happening, guys? We're cooking, right? Like honestly, just trust the process. But I want to show you something here, and this is the narrative that I actually want to drive because, like, I honestly think that the Guru Network team and Evgeny, if he's not one of the smartest developers in the entire space, it's actually like, let me show you guys something. Can I share my screen quickly for a second?
Yeah, you feel free to share.
All right. So I don't know if the community has ever seen this, but let me show. I'm just gonna go into Coetzer for a second here. And yeah, smart following. So just have a look here. Again, I am not going to speak about any of these individuals, but so guys, basically what happens here is like Coetzer is looking at it and utilizing its proprietary algorithm to determine which influencers that can move the market, speak about protocols, or that have swing, follow this protocol. And you're looking at the Guru Network here, and I see I've got Ansem here, which is the main character of the cycle. Got Polygon, Selkis, Somac, Lau, DeFi Dad, DCF God, Chainlink God, Zach Ryans, the co-founder of Aave. I mean, I can continue. We've got Token Terminal here, Small Cap Signers, our what from the APG team. Guys, you can see my screen, yes?
Yes, we can see, and
Yeah, I can,
those are the big names. Everyone knows them.
yeah, absolutely. Sam Frax from, the founder of Frax Finance. I can go on. I mean, you've got Blockmates here, excellent researchers, Injective, a blockchain, Rec Diomedes, Kyber Network. So guys, it's like, Income Sharks, he's extremely bullish on kind of like low cap utility projects, projects are actually building something. So yeah, I mean, you pretty much have a who's who of crypto following this project, and like people are like, oh, okay, like and nobody is like asking like what's going on here, like why is this the case. And then secondly, you look at like X here. Let's open up my Twitter. So like it's not a. I just need your. Let's see.
I would send it over.
Yeah,
I can actually share. I can actually share. You need it?
Yeah, let me just stop my sharing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me a second. No, That's me, please.
Yeah, and for the.
I want to show like
from my side, from our side, what we are cooking as well. We recently changed our content strategy in on our X account, as well as we are doing. We added mechanisms into our quest. So, for example, this quest for minting Guru DAO NFT within the Miles community, for example, it includes steps like, if you don't have enough points, you can follow Guru Network. You can mention it. You get in more points, and then you earning and all the rest. So we changing the strategies there to be more into narrative to get more engagements on X, and I believe we're on the right path. And we I'm sorry, yeah, Ferdie. Oh, you need to jump off already. Yeah, sorry.
And I've got one more, a few more minutes. I just want to show the community is like, we're asking like, how do we get this out? The thing is, the wider community is already firmly aware of Evgeny. I just think that we really haven't like, we've been kind of like, very down the down low and, working in the back end here. But if you look at, just who's following the CEO here, I mean, like you have the #1 trader on Bybit, DeFi Squared, kind of like seen as GCR, the modern day version of it. And he only follows 329 people. So like, you have to ask yourself a question.
Why I'm not should posting about everything we do every day.
Yeah, but like Evgeny only has 367 followers, and the #1 trader that has the ability to move the entire market is following. So guys, like, why is this the case? And it's like, yeah, I mean, look, I don't know what else to tell the community, like, maybe drop more money. But if you go and look at the following that this has and what's actually being built and the underlying economic model and the social capital, just the social capital alone behind this protocol, and it's absolutely insane. There really is nothing else like this. So maybe I should come on a daily AMA every single day to show the protocol again, of course, not financial advice. But yeah, guys, I'm fundamentally bullish, and there's a reason why. And we did very extensive research. And look, one can never guarantee success in any way, shape, or form. That's not how life works. But I am extremely confident in the future of Dex Guru, Guru Network, and I think AI is not going anywhere. And I think that I was a community member, which I am. Do I hold bags? Yes, substantial. I'm probably one of the top 10, top 20 holders. And, I have a lot of conviction in this protocol. That's why I also I'm not just, talking my own bag here. I really believe in this. And yeah, just to answer your question, basically just I would like to take this protocol and the underlying infrastructure and take it across the entire industry because I just really believe in it. And look, I guess a lot of people would say that, but YouTubers and this, what do you guys actually know? That's a fair question. That's an absolutely fair question because you see a lot of the content, that's being put out there. It's not really good. But when it comes to research and our content team, the amount of money that we spend and how big our research team is, we really have no equivalent in the space when it comes to that. Our BD team is cracked.
And
we don't play around. And that's why, we spoke and, we partnered up with the kind of like the Guru Network team because we actually believe in it. And we do a lot of extensive research, prior to the fact because we see 100 projects every week. And yeah, I just wanted to tell the community that, look, I'm fundamentally extremely bullish on this protocol because A, it's not trying to reinvent the wheel. It's just taking the underlying principles of mathematics and economics and applying it to the Web3 world. And it focuses on one thing, on being sustainable, generating revenue, having PMF, value accrual, and taking the failings of previous projects that try to do it. Basically, okay, cool, guys, let's not try and build something fantastical or magical that doesn't exist. Here it is, right? So if you need an abstraction layer, you have it. If you need a permissionless interface to integrate whatever dApp you need, there you go, right? It is kind of like it's revolutionary technology in the sense that you can take any permissionless dApp and port it, right? And that doesn't exist right now because, as a last example, something like Banana Gun, fantastic protocol. But right there, you can only access Banana Gun on their website. But what if you could take Banana Gun or Aave or any of these standout premier protocols, deploy them within the application or in the infrastructure, and then take that infrastructure and deploy it across the entirety of the industry? Stop thinking in a kind of like singular sense. Start thinking logarithmically, exponentially, and view the protocol and the infrastructure as a way to keep on expanding and expanding, similar to how agents are autonomous and they keep on building and learning. That is kind of like my vision of a long term. Whether or not we can execute, we will have to see if the market believes in the thesis. But I can tell you, if you look at the smart following behind Guru Network and Evgeny, they're all very smart individuals who are acutely aware of what is being done. So yeah, I maybe have time for one more question, and then I need to jump off and do some work.
I wanted to mention that you guys have this big research team and you want to organize it internally. That's why business process automation, which provided by Guru Framework as well, kind of starting to shine in there, because it's not only user-facing application. You starting utilizing it for your own internal processes, because under the hood, in the core of it, it's business process automation engine.
Yes.
And it's automating business processes. We already have this posting process, like research process, and it's kind of interesting that it's starting servicing the business from both ways, and it could be any business. So it's fundamentally bringing the value here.
Absolutely, and I think as a last thing here, maybe one more question, and then I'll leave it last time. Any other questions? No questions. Oh, how many projects have you looked at before you chose Guru? Okay, that's an interesting question. So initially, Guru came across my table, I believe it was October. And at that time, it was just after Goat and Filecoin and kind of like the initial kind of like birth of maybe not AI, I would call like AI 2.0. So AI 1.0 would have been fit, graph, render, I would almost call them dinos. And then you had this new evolution, right? Like after that terminal launch and Goat and Filecoin and all of this, then you had the development of the agentic narrative. And, I'm always looking for undervalued protocols because we're also working with a BD team. And it came across my desk and I had to look at the funding and I asked myself that, look, why is there $10 million of funding for a protocol like, this with the underlying technology, real technology that actually works? I think it was just a matter of a bit of a rebranding, kind of like, take, all these fantastic tools and, repackage them, rebrand them, make it a little bit more sexy and then take it out there because it was all there, right? Everything was there. So I can't really answer the question in the sense that how many projects, probably maybe more than 1,000, over the past year. I don't know.
You just research and you're like, oh, I want.
Yeah, I was researching and kind of like a good friend of mine, Aaron, he sent it over and he's like, hey man, if you look at the players involved behind this project, the initial funding, and then I had to look at Kaito because that's a good idea. What's a smart following? Why are these people following? Why is the number one? Despite what people might say about these characters, why are they following it? Why? Tell me again, guys. The number one trader on Bybit. Right? And I can't speak for it. It's just an hypothetical. But if a number one trader who pushes billions in volume, is looking at this protocol, shouldn't you be looking at this protocol as well? And shouldn't you be telling your friends about this protocol? And shouldn't your friends' friends be telling about this protocol?
Yeah.
Like when you're out with your girlfriend tonight, right? And she says that she wants to go and do this, you should tell her, baby, you need to look at the Guru Network first and tell your friends about it. Right. So again, no price action here.
I'm very happy we started to work on it and in October, because we're developers. We have this idea of like framework which is applied like everywhere, but from your side, this partnership brings us to the level like we need that work like that for our community. So it gives us a focus, and that's what we're delivering for those like 3 months, 4 months time, and then polishing the product like tremendously. And yeah, thanks for this, and thanks for participating. Thanks for supporting.
Maybe one more question. Does anybody have a question? Like, I need one more. Is there something good? Anybody have a question for me? Are there plans to implement the AI automating our actions for? Yes. So Evgeny and I were actually busy with that last night, and we were integrating kind of like the flows and Kamunda and the technical aspects.
We were designing them how they would work in miles up, like in regards to like swapping and so on.
Yeah, so like, that's coming, the AI trading terminal is coming. So we kind of like, we're utilizing this database from Kaito, the existing Guru data warehouse, all of that. Yeah, and then kind of like utilizing AI to effectively automate these processes. So yeah, absolutely. And I think again, this is the last statement here when it comes to whole DeFi narrative or the agentic narrative. What I think here, like, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel at all. We're just taking sound economic and financial principles and applying them in a Web3 space and building a protocol of that basically takes the best of the industry, puts them what works and what doesn't work. We put it inside an application or an interface, and then we take that interface and we deploy it like all over. So yeah, again, I'm fundamentally bullish. I'm coming here like I speak for myself here, but at the same time, when it comes to our reach, like I guess I don't want to use a dope quant saying here, but our size is size, and yeah, I'm extremely bullish on what we're building here, and we're looking to be to distribute it to our community in the coming days, which is quite significant and substantial. And I honestly think that there's no other protocol like this out there. And if it is, please, bring it to.
And when you're looking at all these narratives overall in the market, in regards of AI automating the actions, maybe our vision where you not only asking AI to do things, AI doing things for you in the background. So it's like idle, like idle clicker games are working. Games which you are checking when you have time, but there is something going on constantly there, and you just changing the basically conditions or buying some additional, I don't know, perks for it or whatever. So in the same way, AI trading terminals should operate. So you connected your wallet, you have your operational wallet. There is like LLM agent which is managing it, and you just coming over to the application, directing it to in the conversation where it should go with its focus, and then it works behind the scene.
Yeah, that's just the last question. Of course, without need to use the right code. Yes, absolutely. So I just want to add something to the community. I wanted to be inside of TG, but for some reason, Telegram not nuked my account, but I'm banned from like talking in the community. So like, if you could just like post my Twitter handle, within the kind of like the TG group, and like if anybody has any questions for me, like please just DM me. Like I want to be part of a community and show you guys, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like I am also busy. I can't answer 100 or 200 messages per day, but like anything you guys want to know and I can disclose what we're doing, like I am here, we are here, and our plans for this and my plans for this protocol is massive. And I look forward to executing it. Any chance of a retweet about this from Ferdie or Miles? My account is extremely small, and Miles on his X side, like that's something completely different. But when it comes to integration on YouTube and all of that, we're just looking to get everything ready from our community side, getting the TG ready. We're discussing it tonight, getting the soft launch going, and then we're going to be distributing the airdrop, doing all of that, and we just want to create value and bring something. So yeah, I guess that I would be bullish. Like if I was a guru holder, like I would be fundamentally quite bullish because
You're a guru holder. You already
It's
said
I
that.
am a
one
guru
of
holder.
our
Yes.
most
I'm
prominent
gonna buy more guru.
supporters.
Like I think I'm gonna buy more now. Like I just hype myself up.
No,
more.
not a financial advice again.
Yeah, not financial advice. Not financial advice. But
we placing this thing.
I suggest you
Oh,
a buyback in Blocker. Saber rate.
Oh,
This is a great.
I would answer this. Thanks for the
Hmm.
question, Ghost, and it's like long-term community member of ours.
Oh, okay. Now goes
He have like
on.
yes, he have season passes from Dex Guru and
Oh,
everything.
okay. No.
So we just talked about it, about all this economical flywheel on the buybacks and basically burn and everything, and it's launching along with the volume coming through the applications. We launching those applications. We launch an application with Miles. We launching the application with other partners, and we have AI trading terminal launching, and that's actually igniting that mechanism. So yeah, that's the answer here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I also think as a last thing, just to kind of like get the community to come and help, from our side is that, I will personally also be giving away another $5,000 to kind of like test it out, beta testing, and you can keep me on this, right? Like I am talking right now, so I have to perform here. But yeah, I want the community to come and join us, test it out, what's working, what's not working, tell us how we can improve this, because we honestly believe that we have the infrastructure here to, create something absolutely amazing. And yeah, probably cover when Miles launch this and when there's a video coming out.
We already discussed it. It's like
Yeah, we already discussed this, but like once we are live and this, like I will also be contributing from my side. I will be there because myself and Evgeny, we were kind of like leading this initiative with the rest of the Dex Guru team. Oh, not Dex Guru Network. Sorry. I need a bit of sleep, but yeah, I mean, tell me just Evgeny about who answered the best question, so I can send it over. I'll send it later tonight.
If Snark Scout, can you just log all the questions and then we would just pick one? Yeah, so we have them and log all the answers and basically then we would and how do we connect them? Like
it's all
DMs
on the record, so I can show them right now.
Oh, okay, it's all on the record. Okay, cool.
Or we can pick them afterwards, but it.
Yeah, I just need to jump off. I can probably send it in a few hours from now, but just if Evgeny can just send me the wallet address, and then yeah, I will send it.
So
okay, cool.
Who's the winner? Who's the winner?
Yo, who is the winner today?
Who's the
How many
winner?
people did we have in the AMA today?
Who's the winner? What kind of questions were asked? Like, can you show all of them? Like, do you remember?
Okay.
The first one. How many projects?
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, what else do we have?
As a other one, retweet, buyback.
That's a good one. Goes to
AI automations, and what we had? Another question from this user, and Steo. So where is Steo question? We had a Steo question. Oh yeah, here.
Yeah, so this is the winner. Yeah, this is absolutely the winner. Like, yes,
Steo is the winner.
Yes, and what can we do to get him out to a wider CT world more? Just leave it up to me. I will attempt to do that. Again, no financial advice. I'm just a normal random dude.
Who we picking? What was the best question to you?
I would say
how
this
many
one.
Projects,
I would say Steo. Yes, I love this question because the thing is, I just showed you guys the data, kind of analytics, and it doesn't take a genius to like figure out why these high-ranking influencers or whatever smart people. I mean, again, guys, I'm going to leave it from here. If this number one trader on Bybit is following the account of the CEO, I think that warrants a little bit of investigation, doesn't it? All right. So, guys, I will see you again in the next AMA. Please, can you just send me my wallet address and I'll get it sorted.
Yeah. Okay. See you in a bit. We would synchronize later. Okay.
Okay. Bye. Okay.
Thank you, Ferdie.
Thank you. So we had a Ferdie, and Ferdie is usually like that, like coming in, just doing his thing, like explaining how everything going to going to work and activating the people. Thanks for great participation with your questions and everything, and we continuously building. What I wanted to say is that we just released all those features which we are baking behind that AI mind in Guru Network chat group. It's all in beta right now, and we are polishing, and it's adjusting the prompts and adjusting its knowledge base as you speak into it more and more. Of course, we have a way to kind of change its behavior, because after all, this thing which I showed you before, this like our AI mind, which is behind every chatbot which is started in the group or in your DM or anything. That's how we control in which links are connected between the different agents which are involved in the answering, and then there is like a chatbot which is doing your main kind of thread. So there are lots of bits and pieces in there, and we are kind of tweaking the LLM brain right now, and we would put more and more actions in there available for you. So please participate, please test. And the next step actually would be here is automated distribution of Guru rewards for testing, for figuring out the bugs, as well as for just educating the LLM. That stuff which we tested several months ago, which was like Guru Whisper, which hadn't flied much. Now, when we have this decision-making process and we can direct it towards the rewards and justifying how valuable it is, now it's all starting to shine, and we would use that as a framework of our new LLM agents and so on. That's what I wanted to say, and we are right now closest to implementing that first kind of version of idea which we declared a year ago with our white paper, and that first version of idea implemented in consumer facing application, in community facing application. And I know that sometimes people are kind of eagering to get everything faster, and why you guys not building like that fast or whatever. I'm just reminding you that a year ago Guru Network wasn't existent, Guru Token wasn't launched, we just had DEX Guru trading terminal and nothing else. And now we have Guru Token, Guru Network, Guru Framework integrating into different communities, completely new approach for DEX Guru itself with AI trading terminal, as well as other applications which are launched on top of our framework. So if that's not an achievement for those last 10 months since April last year, I don't know what it is. Only brightest future, especially with DeFi-AI narrative, with AI narrative, and we created the system to orchestrate it, and that system is designed like I'm all into the current narrative in LLM orchestration, new models, and so on, because we are working on this thing, right? And when you're looking at what industry leaders are doing right now, like LangGraph, like all those reasoning models and so on, they trying to implement business logic orchestration inside the model itself. We are approaching it differently. We're using business process automation engine to make it from outside, and but approach and direction is the same. We just making it kind of facing the community, facing the retail, facing you. That's a good word. So do we have any other questions besides Ferdie ones? We have this one. That can also be useful if you need to react quickly and you are not in range of PC. Yes. So that's exactly what we're talking about, like having AI assistant as an idle clicker of sorts, which is managing your portfolio in case market moves or mind share from socials changes or anything. It should be able to do the stuff for you, and you would just receive a notification and maybe reshuffle its decisions. And again, that's why we have operational wallet embedded in our framework. And again, if you're looking at any of our applications, at Miles, at Guru Network Apps, there is operational wallet here, and existence of it is actually, it's for management of LLM. It was designed there like that from the very beginning, and now it's actually becoming useful in that in that form. So your LLM is able to swap, to transfer from that wallet, and you basically send in the funds which you wanna be managed by your assistant to this wallet as well. That's the idea, and we are getting to this idea as fast as we can right now, and we're planning releasing of AI trading terminal with this functionality in February. And that's exactly what it is. I'm answering your question. And Whale.
Evgeny, will you be able also to place an order? And if that is executed, the app decides in one of 5 coins which are best price zone.
So what we have in current trading forum in Dex Guru is that we're comparing the aggregators across like 1inch, dBridge, LeFi, Paraswap, and then you have the spreadsheet where you decide in which quad to follow, and that thing should be decided by the agent. And as Ferdie mentioned also yesterday, we were already like playing around and getting LLM towards going with this command. So when you're talking about swapping some tokens, it's actually getting in this fork of decision making, and then the process is started. And in that process, we basically utilizing the same process which is in Dex Guru trading forum, where quotes from different aggregators are coming in, and then you are approving the token or not, depending, and LLM is doing it for you. You don't need to do it in your wallet, and then doing the swap. Okay. I don't need to ask questions because all questions start from your success. Yes.
Thank you, Mehmet Emin.
And AI trading terminal is near. All those integrations are near. We believe in success of this idea, and we are coming to it for pretty long time, and now like it's starting to shine from every direction.
So guys, do you have any more questions? You have kind of last minutes to ask it. We are going through questions we probably haven't tackled, but I believe we cover it all.
Yeah, I believe too. So it was funny AMA today, and who's winning? Steo? Steo, can you please text me, and I would pass it to Ferdie.
Or you can directly. No, it would better be if we will pass it to
Ferdie.
To Ferdie, because someone who would like to try maybe to become an imposter of Steo, one of our most prominent community members and
in Discord, and Steo usually asking tough questions on Discord. I follow you from Turkey, and I love the work you do. I love Turkey, honestly. Last year, I spent 2 months in Antalya region, in Kaş, Antalya itself, and some other
Turkey is beautiful,
and in Istanbul as well. Istanbul Blockchain Week, so love it. I will send you kebabs. Oh, I love those. Okay. And we had something like 45 people, great work, and it was at the very beginning. Now we have 293, by the way, answering USSR question. 293 watching, and with the riddle hunt, we see engagement rate coming up, and with the short forms of YouTube video, we started publishing as well. So we are not set in stone in there as a team. You giving us feedback that it should be better marketing, better communication, better whatever, and we acting on it. Sometimes it's not like immediately, but we are hearing you and we acting on it. That's the main thing in there. We in the same time we are developing a lot, as you can see. So having all those things managed in the same time, yeah, we're doing it. And especially as right now we're preparing the launch of new Dex Guru as a AI trading terminal, it will be more and more of like marketing, communication, new forms, new kind of content, and LLM, lots of LLMs, AI agents, if you want. LLM is like large language models, because some people asking like what LLM is. Like it's not really like terminology.
Steo already sent me his wallet in DM. I will pass it to you. Guys, last chance for questions. While we are at it, I want to remind you about our Guru Riddle Hunt. If you're watching this stream, or if you're watching this video in the record on YouTube or on Twitter, you probably saw these clues. What to do with them? You go to our community, you go to our Guru Network app in Telegram, and then you see a bunch of quests. Now it's the sixth one. And after watching video and seeing these clues, you can put the clue and get 250 Guru just for watching it. And this stays for already 6 videos. So if you're watching it first time, you can watch our videos back in time and get to this point 1,000
250
gurus just for watching video.
Well, 1,500. But we also added this to riddle hunt command to the LLM. Kind of, we call it command. So when you're talking about riddle hunt, it actually gives you the link to the app and some information about Riddle Hunt 5 and 6, because everyone was asking, where is Riddle Hunt 5 and so on. And it was postponed till actually we launched a new version, and we've put it in there because old version wasn't supporting some of the stuff. And next version would have Riddle Hunt inside the LLM. So you start and finishing it in there, and you're getting rewarded in there. That's what we are aiming to accomplish this week. And so when you accomplish in Riddle Hunt, there is like rewards which are transferred to your wallet, so it's already a transfer. And when that automated, agent would already have ability to transfer the funds, which means like we start in polishing exactly what we're talking about in here. Okay, so if no other questions, let's wrap it up.
This way of engagement would also implement it, as Ferdie said, in a lot of others KOLs, especially YouTube KOLs apps, because it's really simple and effective way to incentivize people for engaging with your content. We have next questions. Miles can't open bot Telegram web version. I believe something happened with Miles bot right now.
Well, you sure? Because I'm texting with it. Agent.
So please specify question and
no, it's active. Probably I would explain. So we with our framework and with everything we do, we started as a Telegram mini app because we wanted to explore this chatbot interface first, and Telegram has this like SDK and everything, so we didn't need to build it. But now, as we built our own kind of UI for the chatbot, we're switching towards web version first ideology there. So we're going out from Telegram a bit and connecting Discord. So our application, our web application, would be connection of all those different messengers using to communicate with it. And for example, when you texting with LLM right now in the app, the same stuff is basically duplicated in your TGDMs. So the same stuff would be in your Discord, and we envisioning it as a place where you connecting all the contexts together. So you have some context on Telegram, you dropping off like links in there, it's researching them for you, then you can go into web app and control what it's doing based on that. So this is the vision, and that's where we switching our focus towards. So it would be less Telegram, more web version.
Yeah, I believe we owed some explanation to our community about perspective from recent Telegram policy changing, because they
it's not only about that. We had the plans from the very beginning. Basically, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So anyway, let's wrap it up. We have lots of things to do today and have other meetings as well. Great questions, guys. Probably it was a boomer with Ferdie today.
Great questions. Thank you for your support. We want to encourage you start using the bot, start hardly using it, and give us feedback if he is not smart enough, intelligent enough, useful enough for you. All your feedback will be invaluable for us and for you to make this product as shiny as it possible, and to make your life easier after you start to actually use it for trading, for token research, or for any other Web3 activities.
Yeah, so especially test the web version. So in Telegram right now, I believe it has like it doesn't have this flows where it's actually it's not receiving something that you can answer to, but in web versions there are those states. If you see those, please don't hesitate to message us in Telegram group, and we'll have Rodion looking into it, because he was baking and cooking this chatbot interface inside our application for the last week, and we need it to be polished. We need to be working, and the main difference of our interface comparing to, for example, traditional GPT interface is that it's not blocking interface. So you can send messages to it one after another and after another, and it would react on all of them. So that's one of the main ideas here and main differentiators, as well as ability to execute different sub-agents whenever it decides that it should be working there. And those sub-agents could be like constantly running agents, constantly rechecking the information and so on. So, and we place in the control panel in there. Anyway, okay, let's wrap it up, and thank you for your time and participation, questions, and yeah.
Thank you, guys. I just put a link everywhere possible, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Telegram, on Discord, and if you don't see it, it's right here on the screen. Thank you all, guys. Great kudos to the team. Biggest thanks to Evgeny. Late thanks to Ferdie, who already gone. And thank to everyone who watches us on the stream and after it.
300 people, 302 right now.
300 Sparta. Thank you.